Biopsychosocial model. Imagine health as a puzzle with three big pieces: your body, your mind, and your world. The biopsychosocial model helps us understand how these pieces fit together to affect our health. It says that our well being is the result of biological factors, like genes, psychological factors, like emotions, and social factors, like relationships. Borderline personality disorder, BPD. BPD is like riding a roller coaster of emotions. People with BPD often feel things very intensely and may have a hard time feeling stable in their relationships and image of themselves. They might react passionately at one moment and feel fine the next. Understanding and support from loved ones in therapy can really help. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Think of CBT as a toolkit that helps fix patterns of thinking or behavior that aren't helpful. It's like having a mental health coach who teaches you how to tackle negative thoughts and turn them into positive ones, helping you cope with challenges like anxiety or depression. Depression. Depression is more than just a bad day. It's like a heavy cloud that lingers. It can make everything from getting out of bed to interacting with friends feel incredibly difficult. It's not about feeling sad, but feeling empty, and treatments like therapy and medication can be really effective in clearing the fog. Ego. In psychology, the ego is kind of like the CEO of your personality. It makes decisions that balance your idealistic and primitive desires with reality. It helps you interact with the world in a way that makes sense socially and personally, keeping things running smoothly. Flashbulb memory. These are the super vivid memories of big moments in your life, like where you were when you heard a significant piece of news. They're so detailed and strong, it's almost like a snapshot or a short video playing in your mind. Group therapy. In group therapy, it's not just one-on-one with a therapist, but you share the space with others facing similar challenges. It's like having a support squad, where everyone works together to give support, share insights, and learn from each other's experiences. Halo effect. Ever met someone and immediately liked them because they were attractive or charming? That's the halo effect. It's when one good quality overshadows everything else, and you assume they're just as great in other ways too. ID. The ID is your inner child in the world of psychology. It's all about instant gratification and doesn't think about consequences, like craving an ice cream or wanting to skip work to play. It's up to the ego to keep the ID in check. Jungian psychology. Created by Carl Jung, this approach to psychology is like exploring a deep, vast ocean of your mind. It focuses on understanding your unconscious and finding meaning in the symbols and dreams that shape your personal growth. Kinesthetic learning. If you love learning by doing, like building models, crafting, or even dancing, then you might be a kinesthetic learner. This style is all about touching and moving as a way to understand and remember information. Learned helplessness. This is when someone has faced so many setbacks that they start to believe they can't change their situation, no matter what they do. It's like feeling stuck. But the good news is, with the right help, this mindset can be changed. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Imagine a pyramid with all your needs stacked from bottom to top. Maslow's theory says that we start at the bottom with basic needs like food and safety and work our way up to achieving our full potential at the top. Neuroplasticity. Think of your brain as clay that can be molded and shaped throughout your life. Neuroplasticity is the brain's amazing ability to reorganize itself by forming new connections based on experiences, learning, or even after injury. Obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD. OCD is like having a stuck record in your mind, where certain thoughts or urges repeat themselves over and over. These can lead to repetitive behaviors or rituals that a person feels they must perform to relieve anxiety. Pavlovian conditioning. This is a learning process named after Ivan Pavlov, where you start to associate two things together, like how hearing a bell might make you think of food if you always hear a bell before meals. Quantitative psychology. This field is all about numbers. Quantitative psychologists use statistics and mathematical models to study and understand human behavior, adding a numeric perspective to psychological questions. Rorschach test. This test involves looking at ink blots and saying what you see. It's a way for psychologists to peek into your subconscious thoughts and feelings, revealing patterns in how you think and feel about the world around you. Social learning theory. This theory suggests that we can learn by observing others, not just through direct experience. It's like when you learn how to bake a cake by watching a friend do it first. It shows how people can learn from each other, which is super helpful in understanding social behaviors. Transactional analysis. This is a form of therapy that looks at the interactions between people as transactions. Think of it as analyzing a conversation in a play where each line has a deeper meaning, helping people understand their communication styles and how they relate to others. Schizophrenia. Imagine your brain occasionally mixing up reality with imagination, making it hard to distinguish what's real. Schizophrenia is a complex disorder where people may hear voices, see things that aren't there, or believe others are reading their minds, plotting against them, or even controlling their thoughts. Self-efficacy. This is your belief in your ability to succeed in specific situations. It's like having a mental cheerleader inside you that boosts your confidence to tackle challenges, from acing a test to climbing a mountain. Trait theory. This psychological approach looks at personality in terms of traits, which are consistent patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Think of it as your personal set of characteristics, like being kind, nervous, or adventurous, that make you who you are. Unconditional positive regard. This is a term used in client-centered therapy where the therapist accepts and supports the client no matter what, without judgment. It's like having a friend who loves and supports you just the way you are. Visualization. This technique involves forming mental images to improve performance, manage stress, or for personal development. It's like rehearsing a play in your mind before the actual performance, which can help make the real thing go more smoothly. Wernicke's area. This part of your brain deals with understanding language. When you listen to someone talk, Wernicke's area is what helps you make sense of the words so you can understand the conversation. Xenophobia. This term refers to a fear or hatred of strangers or foreigners. It can lead to big misunderstandings and conflicts, making it important to understand and address in diverse societies. Yerkes-Dodson Law. This law suggests that there is an optimal level of arousal for performance. Too little arousal can make you underprepared, and too much can overwhelm you. It's finding that sweet spot that can help you perform your best. Zeigarnik effect. This is the tendency to remember unfinished tasks better than completed ones. It's like when you can't stop thinking about a movie you stopped watching halfway through. It keeps nagging at you to finish it.